Peace, family, peace, peace, peace. All right, so I hope you guys are having a phenomenal day, morning. Right now, it is 3 o'clock in the morning, okay, Eastern Standard Time. So I wanted to do this video. First, I was like, maybe I shouldn't do this video. And then another door of me was like, nope, do this video. And this video is about the mice, okay? so yes, you heard it correct. The mouse, okay? So and to the people that's like, why are you doing this video? Honey, because you watching it, okay? That's why. So I had noticed, so where I live at, it is a private home. Well, it's a two-family house, right? And I've been here for about 6 years, okay? And when I first moved here, the first owner of I hate saying owner, the landlord or whatever of this house, he at first I noticed like he ain't really want to do too much to the house, and we went through a realtor, and the realtor, I guess, was pretty much telling the guy who owned this house, was like, if you're not gonna do anything, about the apartment, right, then it's gonna be hard pretty much probably for him to find a tenant, because the downstairs, it was filled, but the upstairs where I live at, it was vacant at the time. And so I had like a few requests, like move the carpet that was in here. Like I didn't want the carpet that was in here. And it was a few other things that I had a request of. And I always like to say people show you who they are like in the beginning, but sometimes we be in a rush, right? In a rush to move into the apartment, in a rush to be in a relationship, just in a rush because sometimes we feel like maybe time isn't on our side. Like my lease from my old apartment, I was there for 10 years, and I was like, you know what? I'ma move from, the city that I was in, which the area I was living in, it was really, really nice. It was very, very quiet, but my family got bigger because I was pregnant with my third child. Honey, I got scared because for a minute, I had to start counting. Right, honey, I got 4 children. So I was pregnant. I was pregnant with my third child, and I needed a bigger place. So we found a bigger place, and so so I had to get a bigger apartment. So the city, first of all, when you on Section 8, okay, you have like a certain amount of time to find an apartment. So I was grateful for finding this place because I'm always looking for a place that's like in a real quiet area, that's good for my children, okay. So we came across this place. So after being here for about, I think it was like 2 years, the previous guy who owned this house, he pretty much was selling it. And so when he was selling it, like he didn't even let us know he was selling it until like the realtor was coming here, looking at the apartment that I'm in. And I was like, I didn't have no idea. And the realtor came, and then it was a guy, a potential buyer that was looking to buy, the home. So later on, probably like a week after, the realtor done been here and stuff like that, the previous owner was like, oh, that he's selling the property. So it was supposedly for me and my children to move, okay? But because the new guy who owned the house, who purchased the house, he couldn't find tenants to rent, where I was staying upstairs. So the previous guy who owned this place, he was, like if you have a problem, like I had a problem with like fruit flies, like gnats, and I would complain to him, and he would be like, kind of nasty and rude, like, oh, what you think, I'm not supposed to do that. And even one time about the plumbing, right? So I had called Section 8 and explained to Section 8 like pretty much like what was going on. And then Section 8 like told him like you gotta fix stuff, because I guess maybe they never ran it to a Section 8 tenant before or whatever. So so getting back to the story. So the new guy who took over this house, he pretty much like if I have an issue or whatever, like he pretty much fix it, but it would be times where as though he could be nasty too about it, okay? And I remember one time it was some stuff like in a hallway, like some leaves, and I guess he was upset about whatever it is that he was going through, and he had picked the rent money up from me. And he was like, oh, could you get this up? And I was like, what? And he was like, these leaves. And I was like, leaves? And he was like, yeah, could you sweep it up? And I felt really like my feelings was hurt. And I felt like, I don't want to say like kind of humiliated, like who, because I was like, who the hell was he talking to? And I think sometimes we be afraid to say certain things because we like, oh, well, this person is going to do this or this person going to do that. But let me tell you something. They are not source, okay? They may rent to you, okay? But they don't goddamn own you, all right? And so tonight, recently, I've been hearing some like scratching on the walls, right? And recently, he had like the basement downstairs, well, the garage part, the owner of the property, he had turned it into a store. So I guess like probably people was living like in a basement or, you know, the garage part, because it was like a lot of like furniture that he had put out, you know, on the sidewalk and stuff for the garbage people to pick up. So, you know, like when you live somewhere and if probably the people who live there too, if it was a certain type of way, stuff started coming to your apartment. So I had sent him a message like, oh, could you get something because I'm hearing stuff, right? And a while ago I had seen a mouse, honey, and you can say whatever the hell you want, okay? Like mice are more scared of you than you are scared of, but I'm honey, okay? And so he was like, yeah, okay. And then that was like a week ago. And so he ain't say nothing else about it. But I see people going to his store downstairs. And first, I ain't gonna front, I was hating. I was like, he got this goddamn store, all this other stuff, right? But then after that, I noticed, like time was going past. And then tonight just took the cake. Honey, I heard some damn scratching. I was standing up in my damn bed because I was damn. So then I sent him a message and I'm explaining to him what's going on. And what really got me was I take care of this apartment, like where my children and I stay, okay? Now, it's clothes on the sofa that's clean. I have not folded yet. But when it comes to like cleaning and mopping and all this other stuff, like I take care wherever I stay, okay? And I was telling him like, oh, I'm hearing this, and you know, I seen the bug and stuff. And what really did it for me was him gaslighting me, saying, oh, well, you know, that normally come from, you know, if you're not clean. And I was like really, really upset. And I told him, I was like, it's your responsibility. This is not my responsibility. I was like, my apartment is very clean. But you know, when you say stuff and then you still got more stuff on your chest that you need to say. So I still had stuff on my chest, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna say some more stuff, because what the fuck, I already told him, I already got in my mind, I'm leaving next year, okay? So I sent him a message, you know, when you send a message and then you hurry up probably like to block the person. So I sent him a message, and basically the message was like, listen, you ain't gonna damn gaslight me, okay? And don't worry about it. Next year we out of here. Right? Now, this is the part when faith comes in. You may not know what next year is going to bring, okay? You may not know what even tomorrow is going to bring, but do understand things are working in your favor. So basically what he said to me before I sent the message, he was like, oh, I could get this stuff, it's like $20. He was like, I'm not gonna argue with you. And I was like, I'm not arguing. And it's just the nerve, because if you have a property and you know people are living in your property, but whether they Section 8 tenants or whatever, okay, you have to take care of your property. And not only that, like, if you don't take care of your property, how long do you think your property is gonna uphold? So you gotta take care of your stuff. And I just look at stuff at a certain way, but I am a firm believer of we attract whatever it is that we believe we deserve or feel that we are good enough for, okay? So my whole thing is right now I'm pretty much working on my credit, because I'm like, and my goal is to buy me and my children an 8-bedroom home, okay? And this was another thing, okay? Sometimes you are you may call somebody, right? And you like, because you scared, right? Whatever it is that's going on, whether you hearing noises through the wall or whatever, right? Scratching and shit. Listen, and you call somebody, and because I called my children's father, and I was like, listen, you ain't even got to come over if you could just bring the children back. And it was like, like you feel like you got to kiss somebody's butt in order for them to do something. And one of the things that I was like, I'm not doing it. And I was like, because when my children leave, I still have to be here, right? So I don't know. I just wanted to talk about this. And I did get peppermint oil. So the peppermint oil is good. I don't want to put that out, but I just hear scratching. Okay, so maybe it's in the walls, I don't know. But to the person that's out there that's going through it, growing through it, right? Understand you will not be in this situation in a few months. Probably, honey, probably in a few months, okay, few days. You don't know what the universe can do for you, okay? And so make sure you guys are keeping the faith, believing in yourself, and understand everything is working in your favor. With that being said, peace.